Good morning. Welcome to my kitchen again. Um, so sitting here reading, studying, and as I'm praying, and every morning I put on the armor of God. I read this. And somebody asked once, and I know it was kind of a joke, but maybe not. And so I thought about it. I thought about it quite a bit. Why would we ever take it off? The armor of God. I'm like, well, my answer was because, it doesn't fit over, because our jammies don't fit over top of it. But, anyway. It's not a matter of really putting it on. Clearly, I can't put on an armor, the metal and all that. And it's not a matter of taking it off. It's a matter of remembering what it's for. So, the armor of God, you'll find that in Ephesians 6, um, starting at verse 10, finally be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against the flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. And so when we put on that armor, it's so we remember that we have the power to fight all the devil's schemes. And if you don't believe the devil is scheming, well, just read the news, watch the news, listen to the news, and you will know that the devil is scheming. And he wants you, and he wants me, and he does not want us to further the kingdom of the Lord. So this says, I put on the girdle of truth. And a girdle, as you know, helps you kind of stand up. It helps you kind of strengthens your back a little bit, helps you stand up. And so that's what you're doing. You're putting on the girdle of truth that you can stand in the truth of the word, so you will not be a victim of Satan's lies. And boy, Satan gets in there and tells you lies all the time. And as long as we have that girdle of truth, and we remember, we do not become a victim. Do not become a victim of Satan's lies. And if you're wondering if what's happening in your head or what's happening in the world is part of Satan's lies, weigh it up against the word. Weigh it up against the word. And if it doesn't fall and fit into the word, then it's one of Satan's lies. And the breastplate of righteousness. So you're covering your heart. You're guarding your heart from evil, so that you'll remain pure and holy and protected under the blood of Christ. You're protecting your heart, because what comes in, when you lose someone dies, you have someone sick, you feel it in your chest. It literally is a physical heartbreak. Your heart is capable of holding on to things. It holds on to love. When I see my grandkids or my daughters or friends I haven't seen for a long time, you get this wonderful warm feeling in your chest. Your heart can hold on to things, and you only want it to hold on to the good things. You only want it to hold on to the things. You want to remember that Christ is in you. And when you put on the shoes of peace, you're standing, you're getting ready to walk, you're getting ready to encounter things. You're going to go out into the world. When you put your shoes on, you're going out into the world to encounter things. And you want to make sure that whatever you encounter, that you are the peace, that you are the light, and it will shine through you. And the shield of faith, boy, Satan has darts, and he fires those babies at you so often, so fast. And you need to make sure that you have the shield, because as you know, the shield is big. And like Captain America, you hold on to the shield, and it rejects all of those fiery darts that Satan is throwing at you. So you reject those. Go get your water, honey. You reject those fiery darts, and you reject them with that shield of faith. And the faith is that you know that everything that he throws at you, God's got it. It's covered. He's got you covered. And then the helmet of salvation. You want to be able to keep your mind focused on the Lord. It's so easy to get distracted by the world. And the world is very distracting right now. And sometimes it's hard to know. And you need to remember that you have on the helmet of salvation. You can keep your mind focused on the Lord, so Satan will not get a stronghold on your thoughts. Because once he gets a stronghold on your thoughts, it's really, really hard to recognize it sometimes. So make sure that when you have that, when you do that, you know that you know that your thoughts need to be godly thoughts. And the sword of the Spirit, boy, the sword of the Spirit is right here. It's the word. It's the Bible. It's the word. That's the sword. And it says, may the two-edged sword of your word be ready in my hands so I can expose the tempting words of Satan. Getting into the word every day helps us to make sure that we know what we're talking about and we can reference things. And I have a terrible memory. I'm the first one to admit that my memory is so bad. I you don't even want to know. But when it comes time to speak about Jesus, when it comes time to speak about the Lord, I trust that because I have the two-edged sword, I have the sword of the Spirit, I have the Lord, and He will speak through me. So it's not a matter of taking off the armor. It's a matter of remembering what the armor is for and remembering all of the things that the armor of God protects you from. And as I continue to read in the Bible, it says, in addition to all these things, and pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for the Lord's people. So when you have all this on and you're out in the day and you're fighting all of the spiritual battles and you don't even know that you're fighting them, something as simple as a cold, you can pray about that. You can pray about that. And that's a spiritual battle. That's an attack. The Lord wants us perfect, just like He created us. He created us wonderfully and perfectly. And He wants us to remain that way. But Satan doesn't. Satan wants us out of the game. So don't let him take you out of the game. Make sure that you have on your armor and you don't get taken out of the game by Satan's lies or Satan's fiery darts or any of those things. Protect yourself with the armor. Just like you'll protect yourself with a winter coat, protect yourself with the armor of God first so that you always have that with you. Have a beautiful Sunday. I hope you're all getting ready to go to church. And if you're not going to church and you're local, come on down to Riverside Cornerstone in LeClaire. And if you aren't able to go, you're welcome to watch us online. Have a beautiful day. And remember, let the force be with you.